Elias rapped his knuckles on the cell bars.
Guard, I request the prison schedule logs per Imperial Decree 47.
Alpha, prisoners have audit rights on confinement protocols. The scaled guard blinked its multifaceted eyes. It hesitated, then keyed the terminal. Holographic sheets projected, listing rotations. Shift A from 0400, B at 080, overlap at noon. Elias scanned the data. He traced fingers over discrepancies. Guard Vex skipped patrol on Tuesdays. Shift C logged double time without bodies present. He committed it all to memory. 15 minutes later, he nodded. Thank you. Logged the audit complete. The guard snatched the projection away. Clever pet. Stay caged. Elias smiled faintly. Patterns were power. 2 days later, armored hands yanked him from the cell. Chains clinked around his wrists. They marched him through marble corridors to the Grand Throne Hall. Empress Siraxa Vorin lounged on her elevated dais, her iridescent scales gleaming under crystal lights. The court packed the chamber. Nobles in layered robes, chancellors with data slates, Marshal Tyra Seln at the security podium. Rigid in black armor, Siraxa rose. She jerked Elias's chain, parading him before the assembly. Behold my pet human, captured from the frontier wars, tamed, harmless. Laughter rippled through the hall. Chancellor Drazik Pell smirked from his seat, third from the throne. Elias met her gaze. He bowed precisely, per memorized protocol. Your Radiance, may I see the paperwork formalizing my status as pet? Silence crashed down. Sirax's crest flared red. What? Imperial Code Section 12.4 requires documented classification for all captives. Without it, my legal status defaults to guest detainee. I request the forms, the court murmured. Drazik leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Siraxa snarled. Insolent worm, you are caged property. She waved a claw. Return him. Let him rot, as warning to vermin. Guards hauled Elias back as they dragged him past the rows he catalogued. Archivist Nilo Kev fidgeted in the records alcove, ninth seat left. Oath phrases echoed. By the Eternal Compact, sworn in sequence. Throne, then Chancellor, Marshal last. Speaking order rigid, Siraxa, Drazik, Tera. Back in his cell, Elias paced, 8 steps by 4. The audit patterns clicked with court layout. Guards rotated poorly at dawn. Kev's alcove held public decrees, key to codes. Next shift, Elias spotted the archivist through the bars. Nilo Kev shuffled past, data slate clutched tight, inspecting a flickering wall panel. Archivist Kev, Elias called. That panel's relay is misaligned. Tilt it 5 degrees starboard. Recalibrate flux to 2.3 terajoules. Kev froze. He peered at the panel, then Elias. How do you know Imperial maintenance specs? Studied your public engineering manuals during transit. Fix it, and I'll trade. Full access to public decrees terminal. 30 minutes. Unsupervised. Kev's tail twitched. Procedure obsessed him. He glanced around, then tilted the panel. Light steadied. Deal. But no traces. Elias slid under the bars, low enough for his frame. Kev unlocked the alcove. Elias dove into the decrees. He cross-referenced. Decree 4-7. Alpha, pet classifications void without registry. Guest detainees held audit rights empire-wide. Deeper. Throne Succession Protocol 1. Omega. Conspiracies against the compact triggered automatic forfeiture if proven by 3 witnesses. Records, security, nobility. Drazik's name surfaced in shadowed addendums. Bribes to marshals. Forged oaths. Elias printed a microslate copy. Perfect. Dawn rotation. Elias timed it. Vex's skip left a gap. He pried his cell loose. Audit knowledge pinpointed weak welds. Slipped into corridors. He reached Tyra Seln's outer office first. The marshal stood at her console, reviewing patrols. She spun, blaster drawn. Human. Explain. Elias raised hands. Microslate extended. Marshal. Proof of conspiracy. Chancellor Drazik falsifies oaths. Per Decree 1. Omega. Witness your logs. Tyra snatched the slate. Her eyes scanned. This Drazik rerouted my funds? To off-world assassins? Cross-check rotation audits. He bought Vex. Public decrees confirm. 3 pillars. Records. Security. Nobility. Can invoke forfeiture. She lowered her blaster. Doubt cracked her discipline. Siraxa misjudged you. Underestimated. Check Kev's terminal. He'll confirm procedure. Tara keyed her comm. Kev, verify succession protocol. Now. The archivist's voice trembled. Affirmative, Marshal. Human accessed legally. Forfeiture valid. Alarms blared. Guards swarmed, but Tara raised her fist. Stand down. Protocol invoked. Court reconvened at midday. Siraxa thundered from the dais. What farce is this? Elias stood unchained, flanked by Tara and Kev. Drazik sweated in his seat. Chancellor Drazik plotted against the compact, Tyra declared. Proof from records and security logs, per 1. Omega throne structure forfeits to witnesses. Siraxa's scales paled. Impossible. I rule. Elias stepped forward. Speaking order held, he invoked as guest detainee. Your Radiance, no paperwork cages me. Decrees grant me standing. Conspiracy exposed. Roan yields. Drazik bolted. Lies. The human's a pet. Tyra's troops pinned him. Kev unrolled the ancient compact scroll. Oath sequence. Throne Chancellor forfeit. Marshal affirms. Human completes nobility pillar via audit rights. Siraxa clawed the air. You dare? Elias met her eyes. Rules are systems. You built them. I solved them. The court chanted the compact. Siraxa's dais hummed, lights shifting, holographic seals projected, power transferred. Not to Elias, but to the triumvirate, Tara, Kev, and the human witness. Siraxa slumped. A pet. Outplays us. Drazik dragged away in chains. Tara nodded to Elias. Collaborate, or we recage you.
Elias extended a hand.
Deal. Systems work best shared. The hall echoed with new oaths. The Empire flipped, not by force, but by paper. Elias pressed the etched tablet against the force bars of his cage. Per Imperial Compact Clause 47, Beta, prisoner Elias Cade files formal grievance for unlawful confinement without audit rights. The words echoed in the dim audience chamber. Guards froze mid-patrol. Archivist Nilo Kev, hunched over his data slate nearby, snapped upright. His frilled neck spines quivered. Kev snatched the tablet. Scanned it. His claws clicked rapidly. Verified. Claws intact. Hearing scheduled at dawn. Liability shifts, if ignored. Empress Siraxa Vorn whirled from her dais. Her golden scales flashed under the chamber lights. A human pet cites law. Dismiss it. Kev bowed low. Spines flat. Radiance. Procedure binds. I process or forfeit my pillar. Siraxa hissed. Claws scraped her throne arm. She waved dismissal. Guards hauled Elias's cage back to the undercroft, but the bars hummed softer now. No shocks followed. Elias leaned against the cool metal wall. His mind mapped the next node. Clause 47. Beta cracked the door. Court access would follow. He traced patterns in the floor etchings. Alien script, but patterns spoke universal. Footsteps echoed down the corridor, not guards. Chancellor Drazik Pell glided in, robes whispering. His advisor drone hovered at his shoulder, recording nothing. Elias noted the blank lens. Human, Drazik murmured, voice silk over steel, clever recitation. Kev panics at clauses. But why fight chains? Join, real power. Elias sat straighter, watched Drazik's tail twitch. Nervous tell. Speak. Drazik leaned close to the bars. His breath carried spice scent. Sharp Siraxa weakens. Trade pacts falter. I orchestrate her fall. Accuse her adhering. Embezzlement from the compact funds. Proof waits in my vaults. You walk free. Rich. Elias tilted his head. Processed the offer. Bait. Hooked on greed. Drazik underestimated human patience. Narrow ruling instead. Grant me court access as guest detainee. No accusations. Drazik's eyes narrowed. Multifaceted pupils contracting. Access. To what end? Accuse her. Seize more. Access first. Elias kept his voice even. Rules layer. Peel 1. Drazik paced. Tail lashed. Foolish. Siraxa crushes grievances. Take the deal. Elias met his gaze. No. Drazik snarled, spun away. Dawn regrets you. His drone whirred to life. Footsteps faded. Elias exhaled. Deal mapped Drazik's desperation. Conspiracy scent thickened. He slept light, rehearsing clauses. Dawnlight filtered through vault slits. Guards unchained him. Marshal Terracell waited outside the cell, armor gleaming, her posture rigid but eyes appraised. "Move," she said. No malice, protocol tone. Elias walked flanked by her squad. Palace corridors branched like veins. Holographic seals pulsed on walls, compact oaths and alien glyphs. He memorized routes. The grand hall loomed. Tiered seats filled with courtiers. Siraxa dominated the central dais, throne elevated on humming pillars. Drazik sat to her right, composed again. Kev fidgeted at a side podium, scroll case clutched. Teyra halted Elias at the petitioner's circle. "State grievance." Elias drew breath. Voice steady. "Per Clause 47. Beta. I claim audit rights. Confinement lacks decree filing. Grant guest detainee status." Murmurs rippled. Sarixa leaned forward. "Audit? A trophy human demands entry?" Kevin rolled his slate. "Clause verified radiance. Deny and liability chains you." Saraxa's claws dug into her throne. She scanned the hall. Drazik nodded subtle encouragement. "Proceed," she snapped. "Narrow. Access denied beyond this." Kev stamped the tablet. Hologram flared. Guest detainee, Elias Cade. Standing granted. Courtiers hissed. Elias felt the shift. Door cracked wider. Teyra's claw tapped his shoulder. "Watch flanks." Eyes everywhere. Elias nodded. First node secured. He scanned the dais. Pillars glowed. Throne structure. Power conduits masked as ceremony. Compact legends whispered of forfeits. Saraxa rose. Ceremony cloaked her unease. Dismissed. Pet returns to cage. Not yet. Elias invoked again. Tablet raised. Guest status permits inquiry. Per 1. Omega. Witnesses audit conspiracies against Compact. Hall silenced. Kev's spine spiked. 1. Omega. Precedence active. Drazik shot up. "Frivolous." Human twists words. Tyra's squad tensed. Her voice cut through. "Logs show anomalies, Chancellor. Your visits to Undercroft unlogged." Saraxa's scales rippled pale. "Anomalies?" Elias pressed. "Request full hearing." Records subpoenaed. Quev bowed. "Granted." "Midday reconvene." Protocol invoked. Guards moved to escort, but Teyra waved them off. "Human stays free till ruling." Saraxa thundered from the dais. "What farce is this?" Elias stood unchained, flanked by Teyra and Kev. Drazik sweated in his seat, robes darkening at pits. Chancellor Drazik plotted against the Compact, Teyra declared. Her squad projected security logs, midnight corridor sweeps. Drazik's drone blanks. Vault accesses timed to Saraxa's hunts. Kev unrolled the ancient Compact scroll. Holograms bloomed. Fund ledgers skewed. Bribes to sector lords. "Proof," Kev intoned. "Per 1. Omega. Throne structure forfeits to witnesses." Saraxa's scales drained to ash gray. Impossible. "I rule!" Elias stepped forward. Speaking order held. He invoked as guest detainee. "Your Radiance. No paperwork cages me. Decrease grant me standing. Conspiracy exposed." Throne yields. Drazik bolted from his seat. "Lies! The human's a pet. Saraxa, arrest them." Tyrus troops surged, pinned Drazik face down. His claws scrabbled uselessly on marble. Keva's voice rose. Steady. Oath sequence. Throne. Chancellor forfeit. Marshal affirms. Human completes nobility pillar via audit rights. Saraxa clawed the air. "You dare challenge my pillars?" Elias met her eyes. Calm. "Rules are systems. You built them. I solved them." The court chanted the Compact verses, voices built, echoing off vaulted ceilings. Saraxa's dais hummed louder. Lights shifted from gold to neutral white. Holographic seals projected across the hall. Power conduits realigning. Not to Elias alone, but to the triumvirate. Teyra as martial anchor. Kev as procedural keeper. Elias as witness auditor. Saraxa slumped into her throne. It dimmed. A pet outplays us. Drazik dragged away in chains, snarling curses. His drone sparked. Self-erasing. Teyra turned to Elias. Her spines eased. "Collaborate. Or we recage you." Elias extended a hand. Human gesture, but she clasped it. Firm. "Deal." Systems work best shared. The hall echoed with new oaths. Courtiers knelt, murmuring allegiance to the triumvirate. Elias felt the weight settle. Not conquest. Partnership. The empire flipped, not by force, but by paper. But as seals locked, a side hologram flickered, unlogged message from Drazik's vault. Deeper plots. Sector fleets inbound. Teyra's eyes met Elias's. Next system? He nodded. Together. Elias's voice cut through the chamber's hum. Decree 47, Alpha, subsection 12, time-stamped cycle 204, 7317, 1422 Palace Standard. It mandates full disclosure of attendance ledgers during audit hearings initiated by sworn witnesses. Archivist Nilo Kev blinked his multifaceted eyes, claws hovering over the holographic console. The old bureaucrat cross-referenced the citation. Seals flashed green. He nodded once. Verified, proceed, Auditor Cade. Empress Syraxa Born leaned forward on her dais. Her iridescent scales rippled with restrained fury. 6 spines along her crest flared. Enough. This farce ends. The human's claims lack standing. Marshal Cell. Remove him. Marshal Teyra Cell shifted at her post. Her armored frame tensed. She glanced at Elias, then at the Empress. Protocol bound her. But Elias spoke first. Invocation. Ceremony interruption taboo. Compact Article 9. No sovereign may halt a pillar audit mid-query without unanimous triumvirate consent.
On record, Marshal. Pause or forfeit your anchor oath.
Seln's spine stiffened. She raised a gauntleted hand. Pause affirmed. Record locked. Taboo invoked. Her voice boomed through the hall's amplifiers. Courtiers murmured. Holographic seals projected the pause glyph. Unbreakable red. Syraxa's claws gouged her throne arm. You presume too much, pet. Seln, obey your empress. Seln held position. Taboo supersedes your radiance until query resolves. Her eyes met Elias's. A flicker of respect. Or calculation. Elias kept his stance loose. Heart. Steady. He'd mapped this chamber's protocols last cycle, during entertainment viewings from his cage. Every decree, every timestamp, humans solved systems. This one just needed solving aloud. Kev cleared his throat membranes. Next query, Auditor. Attendance ledger. Full palace logs. Cycles 2046 through now. Cross-reference with Chancellor's drone signatures. Kev's console word. Projections bloomed. Timelines of entries. Exits. Meetings. Elias pointed. Highlight unauthorized gatherings. Night phase, subchamber 7, beta. 9 instances. No sovereign summons logged. Gasps rippled. Chancellor Drazik Pell smoothed his robes from his alcove. Routine staff reviews. Archivist. Verified. Elias tapped the projection. Counter. Decree 112, Gamma. Night phase assemblies require triple seal approval. None present. Instead, off-grid drone pings to sector fleet admirals. Timestamps match. Kev's claws danced. Confirmed. Anomalous pings. Unlogged. Syraxa's eyes narrowed at Drazik. Chancellor? Drazik's Polish cracked. Coincidence. Human fabrications. Ledger entry. Cycle 204, 7, 209, 214. U3 aides. Marshal's deputy absent from post. Discussion title redacted. Drone self-erased post-meeting. Elias zoomed the holo. Pattern repeats. Fleet mobilization codes leak same nights. Seln stepped forward. Her boots echoed on marble. Deputy was mine. Explain, Chancellor. Drazik sneered. Paranoia. The human twists data. Audit right under Nobility Pillar Clause 4. Witness breach invokes triumvirate review. Throne yields to anchors if conspiracy proven. Kev. Tabulate votes. Quev's voice rose. Steady. Oath sequence initiates. Throne nominates. Chancellor counters. Marshal affirms or denies. Syraxa surged up. Her dais throned, lights shifting gold. I nominate denial. The pillars stand eternal. Drazik's turn. He smirked. Forfeit. Human lacks nobility blood. Kev nodded. Chancellor forfeit logged. All eyes locked on Seln. She scanned the projections, night meetings, leaked codes. Her deputy's signature glowed guilty. She drew her sidearm, not at Elias, but groundward. Salute snap. Affirm. Conspiracy proven. Triumvirate forms. The court chanted compact verses, voices built, echoing off vaulted ceilings. Syrax's dais hummed louder. Lights shifted from gold to neutral white. Holographic seals projected across the hall, power conduits realigning. Not to Elias alone, but to the triumvirate. Teyra as martial anchor, Kev as procedural keeper, Elias as witness auditor. Syraxa slumped into her throne. It dimmed. A pet outplays us. Guards dragged Drazik away in chains. He snarled curses. His drone sparked. Self-erasing data bursts. Teyra turned to Elias. Her spines eased. Collaborate, or we wreckage you. Elias extended a hand. Human gesture, but she clasped it, firm. Deal. Systems work best shared. The hall echoed with new oaths. Courtiers knelt, murmuring allegiance to the triumvirate. Elias felt the weight settle. Not conquest. Partnership. The empire flipped. Not by force, but by paper. But as seals locked, a side hologram flickered. Unlogged message from Drazik's vault. Deeper plots. Sector fleets inbound. Teyra's eyes met Elias's. Next system? He nodded. Together. Elias scanned the flickering hologram. Red alerts pulsed. Fleet signatures massing at the outer rim. Drazik's betrayal ran deeper than palace whispers. Admirals loyal to the Chancellor's shadow network. Jump coordinates locked for the core worlds. Teyra released his hand. Her grip lingered a beat. Briefing chamber. Now. Kev bustled behind his console, sealing records. Triumvirate authority grants full access.
I'll pull fleet manifests.
Courtiers parted as they moved. Whispers followed. The humans solved the pillars. Syraxa's throne dims. Elias ignored them. Focus on vectors. Human habit break problems into vectors. Syraxa rose from her dimmed dais. Voice sharp. You hold my anchors, Cade. But the Empire's fleets answer to bloodlines, not audits. Met her gaze. Bloodlines leak codes at night. Audits don't. Your choice. Advise or watch. She hissed. Spines flat. Trailed them without another word. Briefing chamber sealed behind them. Teyra activated the strategic holo. Stars bloomed. Vorn Empire sprawl. 200 systems. Red icons swarmed the fringes. Drazik's pawns. Blue loyalists scattered. Jump in 4 cycles, Teyra said. They hit the throne world first. Kev cross-loaded data. Manifests confirm. Admirals Varric and Lorne. Drazik's night meeting attendees. Elias traced lines. Flank them. Divert loyalist patrols from sectors 12 and 47. Create a pincer. Timestamps. Order dispatch in 0.5 cycles. Alien admirals planned in grand sweeps. Humans. Pinpoint math. Risky. Patrols expose flanks. Calculated. Their jumps burn 12% more fuel on long hauls. They'll overextend. Elias pulled sims from palace nets. Unrestricted now. Projections spun. 80% win if we hit here. Kev verified. Decree compliant.
Martial authority suffices.
Teyra keyed the orders. Transmissions fired. Done. Syraxa watched from the edge. Claws tapped. Luck. Human luck. Elias smiled faint. No such thing. Just patterns others missed. Alarms blared 2 cycles later. Holo updated. Red fleets scattered. Blue pincers closed. Varric's flagship cracked under focused fire. Teyra clasped his shoulder. Your math holds. Kev logged victories. Triumvirate score. 1-0. Syraxa stepped closer. Voice low. What now, auditor? Elias eyed the holo. Core stable, but Drazik's vault hinted more. Rogue colonies. Black market arms. Elias swiped the holo display. Drazik's vault unpacked. Encrypted ledgers. Shadowed transfers. Kev. Pull palace attendance logs. Cross against supply requisitions for the last cycle. Quev's tendrils danced over auxiliary pads. Compliance audit. Bold post-triumvirate. Syraxa leaned in. Spines flared. Auditor plays clerk now? Patterns hide in numbers. Elias ignored her tone. Palace nets hummed under his queries. Full access granted after the pincer victory. Requisitions scrolled. Extra nutrient packs for diplomatic retreats. Attendants showed empty chambers those nights. Kev whistled low. Discrepancy. Chancellor's private wing. 12 unscheduled entries. No manifests. Elias zoomed the grid. Names flickered. Admirals Varick, Lorne, +3 unknowns. Rogue colony governors. Hidden council. They met here, fueled by black market arms shipments. Timestamps match the fringe assaults. Teyra's claws clicked. Proof of sedition. But sealed under imperial privilege. Not anymore. Elias flagged the mismatches. Kev, log as triumvirate exhibit. Siraxa, your decree allows it. Siraxa's tail lashed. Chancellor explains himself. Alarms pinged. Secondary access alert. Archive wing. Elias spun the hollow. Intruder trace. Now. Chev patched in. Courier drone from Pell's offices. Deposited sealed packet in sub-vault 7. Pell moved fast. Elias sprinted for the archive doors. Teyra at his flank. Boots echoed on polished stone. They burst into the vaulted chamber. Milo Kev already hovered over a fresh sealed plasteel case, his optics wide. Human Auditor Kade. Kev blocked the case. Imperial seal intact. Chancellor's mark. Teyra scanned it. Biometric lock. Pell's authority. Elias crouched. Eyes on the forged orders protruding from the seal's edge. Open it. Triumvirate override. Kev hesitated. Procedure demands. Now. Elias's voice cut flat. Teyra nodded. Her martial glyph flashed authority. The case hissed open. Inside, dispatch orders, stamped with Elias's simulated signature. Commands to sabotage loyalist patrols. Dated before the pincer. Sirax's voice crackled over comms. Treachery? Pell's frame, Elias said. He plants me as the traitor. Kev's tendrils probed the documents. Ink bonds fresh, but seals. Elias pulled his multi-tool, standard human kit, overlooked by Born scanners. Check some audit, verify molecular timestamps. He pressed the emitter to the first seal. Aloe red outbloomed. Fabrication markers. Ink synthesized 1.2 cycles ago, post-victory. Signatures mismatched by 0.03% fractal variance. Human precision exposed the alien forgery. Impossible, Queb muttered. Archive seals never fail. They do when rushed. Elias flagged the courier logs. Drone path traces to Pell's inner sanctum. Radiation spikes. Black market ink forge. Teyra keyed her wrist comm. Security teams intercept all Pell couriers. Emergency custody. Sedition Protocol 4.7. Klaxons wailed through the palace. Distant shouts echoed. Siraxa stormed in, robes swirling. You accuse my chancellor? Evidence accuses. Elias projected the audit. Seals glowed red, tampered. Orders dissolved under scrutiny. Your throne code, Article 19. Forgery voids chain of command. Triumvirate claims audit primacy. Chev nodded slow. Legal. Pell's network unravels here. Sirax's spines flattened. She clawed the hollow, tracing the hidden council links. Rogue governors. Arms from fringe worlds. He planned my fall. Teyra's teams reported in. 5 couriers detained. Data core seized. 1 cracked under interrogation. Pell's Night Council plotted a full coup. Throne world blockade in 3 cycles. Elias rebuilt the hollow web. Red threads snapped. Divert those arms manifests to loyalist depots. Kev, filed the seizure under your archivist seal. Done. Quev's pads flew. Triumvirate score, 2-0. Siraxa paced. You twist my laws against my court. Your laws hold. I just read them better. Elias traced a new line. Drazik's vault held colony charters. Hidden overrides to imperial fealty oaths. 1 more audit seals it. Guards dragged in the first courier, bound and hissing. Teyra shoved him forward. Speak. Pell, ordered the plant. The alien spat. Humans the weak link. Forge breaks him. Elias leaned close. Ink lies. Your drone's timestamp doesn't. The courier's optics dimmed. Full confession spilled. Council roster arms caches. Admiral bribes. Kev recorded every word. Siraxa watched. Silent. Her claws retracted. Teyra clasped Elias's shoulder again. Flank secure. Coups die in audits. Elias nodded. Human systems thinking. Break the rules, weak points. Aliens built empires on ceremony. He turned it to levers. Chev cross-loaded the confessions. Legal pathway opens. Throne structure audit. Full. Per Article 22. Triumvirate may petition Regency if conspiracy taints core oaths. Syrax's gaze sharpened. You claim my throne? Not claim. Stabilize. Elias pulled the charter overrides. Rogue colonies listed fealty waivers, forged by Pell, but buried in plain code. Expose these, your empire fractures. We rewrite them under audit. Loyalist admirals witness. She hissed. Arrogant soft skin. Tyra stepped between. Results speak, Empress. His math crushed Varric. This crushes Pell. Queb verified the charters. Humans right. Seals corrupt. Regency petition viable. Syraxa waited. Palace shook. Distant explosions. Pell's last pawns hit the outer docks. Petition granted, she said at last. Temporarily. Prove the rewrite. Elias keyed the broadcast. Loyalist fleets locked in. Pincer math held. He drafted the Regency decree. Kev notarized it. Tyra dispatched enforcers to Pell's sanctum. Door breached. Pell's chamber. Hollow of the hidden council. Live. Governors pledged to him. Arms crates stacked behind. Tyra's voice boomed over comms. Chancellor Pell, under custody. Pell snarled on feed. The human puppet ends this. Elias patched in. Audit ends you. Ink lied. Charters lie. Throne stands. Pell's image flickered. Arrested. Council scattered. But manifests pinned them. Syraxa exhaled. Regency yours, auditor. One cycle. Fix my empire. Elias traced the final web. Core stable. But vault depths glowed. One encrypted core. Black market arms led to off-world buyers. Not Vorn. Something bigger. Kev leaned in. Decrypt. Tyra's spines rose. Incoming signature. Unknown fleet. Elias smiled faint. Patterns never ended. Elias slammed the sealed writ onto the obsidian table. Under Stewardship Failure Statute 47, Alpha, I petition Regency review. Empress Syrax's rule shows systemic rot, forged charters, Pell's arms caches. Prove me wrong in court. The chamber froze. Syrax's golden spines flared under her diadem. She leaned forward, claws scraping throne arms. Treason from a trophy pet? Guards, drag this soft-skin back to his cage. Marshal Terraselm blocked the approach. Her uniform creaked as she crossed arms. Empress, statute allows petition. Deny it legally, or it festers. Syraxa snarled. Replace the judges. All three, loyal ones only. Dawn hearing dismissed. Elias met her gaze calm. He had anticipated. During his harmless cell time, he'd memorized the code. Humans solved puzzles. Aliens paraded them. He nodded to Archivist Nilo Kev in the shadows. Kev clutched a data slate, spines twitching. As enforcers hauled Elias away, he twisted. Sealed copies outbound Empress. Rival houses receive statute text, and Pell's forgery scan. Transparency clause binds you. Syrax's laugh echoed, sharp. Petty tricks. They'll burn your lies. But Kev's eyes darted. He knew the law's teeth. Back in his vaulted cell, more office now. With Kev's reluctant visits, Elias activated the hidden relay. Smuggled by Tyra's aides, it pinged House Krell, Vaxor, and Thalon. Packets flew, statute verbatim, spectral analysis of Pell's seals. Forged. Ink isotopes off by 0.3%. Human eyes caught it. Alien pride missed. Done, Elias murmured. He traced fleet vectors on his wristpad. Loyalists held the pincer. Pell's docks burned. Kev slipped in at cycle's end. Houses confirm receipt. They're intrigued. Krell demands full audit. Good. Elias drafted the next move. Marshal next. She enforces rulings, not moods. Syraxa paced her sanctum. Holoscreens flickered with rival chatter. House Krell. Petition viable? Vaxor. Pell's ledgers matched the human scan. Thalon. Court or chaos, she hissed. Drazik. Your mess invites this? Chancellor Pell bowed low, polished scales gleaming. Empress, the human's a glitch. New judges shred him tomorrow. My council handles the rest. Explosions rocked the palace rim, Pell's outer pawns. Syraxa gripped her throne. Contain it. Pell vanished into shadows. His real play brewed deeper. Elias found Tyra in the armory bay. She inspected pulse rifles, spines rigid. Auditor Kade, bold, invoking 4-7. Alpha, Syraxis replacing judges, to rig it.
Elias held up the pledge slate. Public oath, Marshal.
Enforce the court's ruling. Statute or her whim. Broadcast it. Tara's mandibles clicked. She hefted a rifle, sighted down it. You crushed Varric's math. Exposed Pell's ink. Results matter. She paused, but throne's hers. Until stewardship fails. Elias projected the charter web. Red lines snaked. Bribes. Arms to off-world ghosts. Pell conspires. Rulers fall when rules bite back. Tara's spines relaxed a fraction. Propaganda calls humans weak. You rewrite that. She keyed the slate. I, Marshal Tyra Selm, pledge enforcement of Imperial Court decree under stewardship statute. Mood yields to law. Broadcast live. Palace comms lit up. Syraxa watched from her dais. Rage boiled. Tara betrays. Arrest her. Judges, new loyalists, entered the rehearing chamber. Kev trailed, slate glowing. Empress. Rivals demand seats. Statute requires. Doors sealed. Elias stood central, unbound now. Tyra flanked him. Proceed. Judge Prime Boric unrolled the writ. Petition. Regency review. Evidence. Kev projected. Charters forged. Seals corrupt. Arms manifests tied to Pell's counsel. Human analysis verified. Voric's spines wilted. Rival house reps. Holo-linked. Nodded. Krell's voice boomed. Audit confirms. Stewardship failed. Syraxa burst in. Dismiss. Treason. Tara stepped forward. Rifle raised. Not at Elias. Court rules, Empress. My pledge holds. Pell slithered from a side door. Enough. His claw triggered a hidden panel. Hollow bloomed governors pledging to him. Arms crates stacked. Human puppet? I end this farce. Elias patched in his relay. Loyalist fleets locked. Pincer math crushed Pell's escape vectors. Audit ends, you Chancellor. Ink lied. Charters lied. Throne stands. Cleaned. Explosions shook deeper. Pell's sanctum breached. Tara's voice boomed over comms. Chancellor Drazik Pell, under custody for conspiracy. Pell's image flickered, on the chamber feed, arrested. His counsel scattered, but manifests pinned them cold. Syraxa exhaled, spines drooping. Palace stabilized. She eyed Elias. Regency yours, auditor. One cycle. Fix my empire. Elias keyed the decree. Kev notarized. Tara dispatched enforcers. Core webs traced clean, but his pad pinged. Vault depths glowed. One encrypted core. Black market arms led off-world. Not born blood. Bigger. Kev leaned in. Decrypt. Tyra's spines rose. Incoming signature. Unknown fleet. Elias smiled faint. He stopped chasing freedom cycles ago. Jurisdiction was the real cage, and he'd picked its lock. Now, patterns deepened. He pulled the core data. Spectral spikes matched the arms buyers. Xenari cartel signatures? No. Worse. Core world's shadow trade. Syraxa's rivals? Or her makers? Run it, Elias said. Kev's claws flew. Tara sealed the chamber. Fleets. Inbound. Loyalists hold line. Elias nodded. Pincer adjusts. Their vectors scream, ambush faint. Human math bent alien skies. Syraxa entered. Crown askew. Report.
Threat bigger than Pell. Elias projected the web.
Lines spidered to forbidden zones. Your throne's foundation? Riddled. Her claws clenched. Fix it, or I reclaim all. He traced the final node. Off-world buyers, not rebels. Imperial shipyards, ghost-coded. Saboteurs in your fleet command. Kev gasped. Seals matched the forgeries.
Tara barked orders. Quarantine bays.
Audit admirals. Syraxa stared at Elias. Soft skin. How? Details, he said simply. Humans stacked them like bricks. Aliens stacked pride. Alarms wailed. Unknown fleet breached outer markers. Elias recalibrated. Pincer tightened. Missiles lanced. Perfect intercept. Hull breaches on intruder flag. Surrender pinged. Tara grinned, mandibles wide. Your math again. Kev decrypted the core. Traitors named. High admirals. Pell's puppets. Siraxa straightened. Regency extended. 2 cycles. Root them. Elias drafted warrants. But one file lingered. Encrypted deeper. Buyer manifest end cap. Human script? No. Terran Alliance watermark. Faint. His pulse quickened. Patterns never ended. Someone played the Empire's game from outside. More? Serac pressed. Elias closed the slate. Tomorrow's web. He bowed slight. Humble. Competent. The chamber emptied. Terra lingered. Humans. Normal for you? He shrugged. Just systems, she laughed. Spines eased. Collaboration sealed fates. Outside stars wheeled. Elias eyed the vault glow. Jurisdiction won the throne. Now, chase the shadows. Red lights strobed the vault chamber. Elias gripped his slate as klaxons howled. Bulkheads slammed shut behind Chancellor Pell, who stormed forward, mandible snapping. The soft skin sabotaged the core. Lockdown initiated. Seize him, Siraxa whirled from the hollow display. Her crown crests flared crimson.
Explain, Chancellor.
Pell thrust a datapad forward. It glowed with lockdown schematics, red zones pulsing around the Imperial vault. Prisoners' access codes activated the breach protocol. He's the outsider. Only he could worm through. He scanned the pad's metadata. Timestamps mismatched. His fingers flew across his slate, pulling the public roster feed. Lockdown logs streamed in real time. Unit Alpha secured the east wing. Unit Beta circled the vault. On Pell's private channel. Teyra Saln drew her sidearm halfway. Eyes locked on Elias. Kev hunched over his terminal. Spines twitching. Siraxa slashed a claw toward Elias. Guards, drag him to the pit. 2 enforcers lunged. Elias raised one hand, palm open. Empress. Check the roster. Live feed. Pell hissed. Lies. He's stalling. Teyra barked into her comb. Roster. Now. Verify units. The holo flickered. Dual orders projected. Pell's voice print on both. Alpha. Hold perimeter. Beta. Breach vault interior. Conflicting vectors. Beta looped back on itself. Exposing the core. Kev cross-referenced. Chancellor seal on Beta. Forged timestamp. Alpha's is genuine. Pell spines flattened. Tampered data. Voice print match. Teyra cut in. Her grip tightened on her weapon. You split my forces, Chancellor. Sabotage from within. Siraxa recoiled. Her claws flexed inches from Elias's throat. The human lives, for now. But this reeks of deeper rot. Elias traced the order chain. Beta's route funnels enforcers away from your private bays, Empress. Off-world manifests we flagged earlier, clear path for extraction. Pell's eyes darted to the sealed doors. Preposterous. I serve the throne. Alarms shifted pitch. Outer hull breach pinged. Minimal. Teyra's teams sealed it. No intruders. Just a feint. Siraxa rose to full height, her shadow engulfing Elias. Enough games. The soft skin orchestrated this. Execution. Now. Bypass the judges. My word is law. She snatched a plasma blade from her dais. The weapon hummed to life, violet edge gleaming. Elias met her gaze, calm. No flinch. Guards advanced. Teyra stepped between them, arm barring the path. No, Empress. Regency Charter Clause 47. Proof of conspiracy triggers Regency vote. On record. Judges convene. Siraxa's blade hovered. I am the law, Marshal. Teyra tapped her wrist comm. Feed live-streamed to the High Court net. Protocol demands it. Pell's orders logged. Humans evidence appended. Vote proceeds, or we fracture command. Kev nodded furiously. Records confirm. Regency holder nominates proxies. Soft. Cade's slate qualifies. Pell's voice cracked. This is treason. The outsider can't. Quiet. Siraxa snarled. She deactivated the blade. Claws drummed the armrest. Teyra's stand forced her hand. Public eyes watched now. Bypass meant civil war. Elias projected his slate. 3 votes needed. Security, archives, Regency proxy. I hold evidence chains for all. Teyra's mandibles clicked approval. Security yields to proof. I vote affirm. Keb swallowed. Archives. Procedure binds me. Evidence logged. Affirm. Siraxa's crest dimmed. She slumped back. Proxy concedes. Regency passes. 2 cycles extended. Pell lunged for the doors. Enforcers pinned him. Tyra cuffed his spines. Traitor. To the cells. Elias exhaled. Systems aligned. But the Terran watermark nagged. Shadows lingered. Siraxa eyed him. You play our rules like a native, soft skin. How? Details stack. Elias said. He bowed his head. Humble. The vault hummed secure. Tyra clapped his shoulder. Firm. Alien grip. Humans. Normal competence breaks empires. Kev decrypted Pell's pad. Name spilled. Admirals. Shipyard chiefs. Pell's web unraveled. Siraxa activated the throne link. Warrants broadcast empire-wide. Root them all. Elias drafted the next layer. Fleet audits. Buyer traces. That faint watermark pulsed in his scan. Terran script mimicked Imperial code. Too perfect. Someone fed him the breadcrumbs. He cross-checked manifests. Ghost ships rerouted to neutral space. Patterns formed. Not invasion. Infiltration. Humans? No. Alliance watermark suggested coordination. His people playing long game? Alarms quieted. Doors hissed open. Courtiers flooded in. Whispers buzzing. Siraxa stood tall. The throne endures. Elias slipped to the edge. Observant. Not dominant. Teyra nodded him toward the strategy alcove. Collaboration sealed it, but Pell's final glare burned. You think this ends it, soft skin? Bigger players wait. Elias smiled faint. Bigger than Pell, always. Hours blurred. Warrants executed. Admiral surrendered. Quev archived the purge. Textbook cleaned. Siraxa summoned Elias alone. Her chamber glowed amber, relics lining walls. Regency. Yours by right. What now? He laid out the web. Lines to fleet ghosts. Quarantine buyers. Audit codes. Shadows chase profit, not rebellion. She traced a node. Your kind, relentless. Practical. He corrected. A ping interrupted. Outer markers. Fleet inbound. Imperial colors. Tara's voice crackled. Empress. High Admiral Krell surrendering command. Pell's orders aboard. Siraxa laughed. Sharp. Victorious. Your math again, Kate. Elias checked the watermark file. Decrypted sliver. Terran envoy log. Alliance observed. Neutral. Not players. Witness. Pattern shifted. Empire stabilized. Human hand steady. But vault depths called. One file unopened. Pell's prided manifest. Elias cued it. Tomorrow's hunt. Siraxa dismissed him. Rest regent. Throne watches. He bowed out. Stars wheeled beyond viewports. Jurisdiction locked the crown. Shadows? He'd map them next. Teyra waited in the corridor. Pell cracked. Names more. You predicted. Orders overlapped. Elias said. Humans see mismatches. She grinned. Spines relaxed. Aliens see threats. You see systems. Alliance sealed. Fates turned. Deep scan hummed. Watermark bloomed. Not Terran. Forged. Deeper. Imperial Black Ops? No. Chancellor lineage seal. Pell's ancestors? Elias froze. Throne's foundation quivered again. Real game began. Elias strode into the grand concourse. Teyra at his flank. Holoscreens flickered alive as courtiers hushed. Siraxa loomed on the dais. Throne pulsing with imperial glyphs. Chancellor Pell's empty seat gaped beside her. Arrested hours ago. Watermark confirms it, Elias said, projecting the manifest. Lines spiderwebbed across the chamber dome. Pell's lineage seal tied to vaulted throne codes. Not rebellion. Succession plot. Your ancestors overrides, Chancellor. Empire's root access. Siraxa leaned forward. Spines flaring. Proof? He tapped the node. Ancient edicts scrolled. Hidden clauses from the founding wars. Pell's bloodline held veto power over regency calls. If triggered by imperial misconduct. Elias circled the key phrase. Your purges? Overreach. He planned to invoke this tonight. Murmurs rippled. Archivist Kev rose from his alcove. Data slates trembling in his claws. Procedure binds us. Regency audit mandatory. Unanimous vote or throne fractures. Siraxa's gaze locked on Elias.
You engineered this cage, human.
Systems demand balance. Elias replied. Vote now. Marshal Teyra stepped up. Fleet logs match. Pell's ghosts surrendered on my intercept. Humans chain holds. Kev intoned the right. By code 7.4. Regency Council forms. Empress yields direct command pending audit. Courtiers pinged affirmatives. One holdout, a minor lord, hesitated. Elias forwarded a side file. The lord's bribe trail to Pell. Your marker clears on compliance. The lord nodded. Unanimous. Syrax's throne dimmed. Authority glyphs shifting to neutral blue. She rose, voice steel. Council seats? 5, Kev declared. Marshal Seln, Archivist Kev, Fleet Proxy, Trade Minister, and, his eyes flicked to Elias. Temporary Compliance Officer, Human Designate, Elias Cade, by exposure rights. Elias felt the chamber's stares, shock rippling like heat waves. Syraxa hissed, he is trophy. Prisoner, Victor, Terra countered. Purged your threats. Elias took the seat. Hollow interfaces bonded to his palm. Throne neural link humming acceptance. First reform. Quarantine all Black Ops manifests. Cross-audit with Terran neutral logs. No shadows. Kev logged it. Throne stamped. Approved. Second. Fleet recall to core worlds. Pell's buyers. Trace funds to outer rims. Seize assets. Trade Minister balked. Disrupts trade lanes. Elias pulled manifests. Profit masks treason. Your house gains 20% on clean audits. The minister subsided. Stamped. Syraxa watched from the dais. Claws gouging armrests. You dictate my empire? Stabilize it, Elias said. Third. Regency Charter rewrite. No bloodline vetoes. Merit locks only. Kev paused. Radical.
Necessary.
Elias eyed Syraxa. Or next plot succeeds. Terra nodded. I second. Vote flashed green. Throne pulsed. Reform enacted. Elias's signature glowed at the base. Human script amid alien runes. He stood. Audit complete. Compliance officer steps down. Kev blinked. You hold the seat. Temporary. Elias unlinked. Interface releasing with a chime. Empire runs now. Courtiers parted as he walked the aisle. Terra matched his stride. Free? Always was. He glanced back. Syraxa stared at her throne. A reform ping echoed. Fleet inbound. Cade protocols active. Her spines wilted. Elias hit the outer doors. Palace guards saluted. New protocols. Beyond, shuttle pads gleamed under twin suns. His ride waited. Terran envoy markings discreet. But the manifest's deepest node itched. Pell's lineage didn't act alone. One name lingered. Syrax's own consort, long deceased. Throne Vault held the crosslink. He cued a deep scan from his wristpad. Ping returned. Access granted. Compliance officer privileges lingered. Real game deepened. Syraxa slammed her dais console. Revoke him. Throne replied in Elias's even tone. Auto-relayed. Reform 4. No revocations without council quorum. Her roar echoed empty halls. Elias's shuttle lifted. Empire's fleets already vectoring to his marks. He leaned back, stars streaking. One outsider. One flip. Patterns held. For now. Terra's voice crackled over comms. Palace secure. Your reforms cascade. Admiral's query. Human next? Watch, Elias said. Systems evolve. Deep scan bloomed. Consort alive. Hiding in neutral space. With Alliance witnesses. He smiled. Hunt resumed. The shuttle banked toward open void. Empire followed. Elias reviewed the cascade. Quarantines locked 3 RIN stations. Pell buyers trapped. Fleet audits purged 20 ghosts. Trade lanes rerouted. Profit spiking clean. Syraxa paced her chamber. Holofeed showed it. Her throne issuing Kade stamped orders. Courtiers obeyed. Spines straight. Kev, she snarled into calm. Nullify cannot, Empress. His signature binds. Regency unanimous. Terra entered Elias's shuttle mid-burn. Picked you up. Council needs your eye. New anomaly. He pulled the consort file. Here. Your proof beats protocol again. She scanned it, spine stiffening. Syraxa's blood. Plot roots deeper. Poll records, Elias said. Legal C's incoming. Tyra keyed the council link. Throne lit. Quorum forming. Back in concourse, Kev archived the consort manifest. Syraxa's image flickered. Fury etched. Elias's voice echoed from the throne relay. Reform 5. Full lineage disclosure. No ghosts. Stamped. Empire shifted under human weight. Saraxa watched her crown bow to the signature below. Elias touched down on free soil. Winds whipped dust. No cage. His pad chimed. Throne query. Compliance officer. Rim audit status. He typed. E-execute. Stars answered. Fleets turned. One man walked free. Galaxy reordered.